Hey guys, what's going on? Troy at Mountain Man Treasure here. It's Monday. Means it's time to take a look at what sold over the last four and a half days at the eBay store. So welcome in, guys. If it's your first time here or if you're newer here, we are picking up some newer subscribers. This channel is all about reselling. Reselling just meaning that you go somewhere, you buy something, and then sell it again for more than what you paid for it. At least that's the hope, is you get more than you paid for it. Doesn't always pan out that way. I do this part-time. My day job, I work at a radio station in the morning. When I get off, then I get to go and look at thrift stores. I go to garage sales, estate sales, that sort of thing, to find things that people don't see value in or that they're done with, and then connect people that are looking for those things with that item. And this one, I had mentioned it. It was sitting behind me here the other day, and the lady said, hey, I'm not going to pay until Thursday. Is that okay? Sometimes that doesn't happen. You know what? It did. Octonauts. Octonauts, they are little nuggets of gold, guys. These things are fantastic. Pick this up. This is a rare piece, new in the box. There were only two listed. One had his sky high at like $120. That's reaching for the stars, but good luck, man. I appreciate the enthusiasm. I don't know that he's going to get it, but he's giving it a shot. We priced ours a little bit lower and then took an offer of $60 plus shipping. So off of a $6 item, I am good with that. So we actually have some other Octonauts, another Octonaut set coming up. I have one at auction right now. It's going to be on next week because it's already got a bid. I've got a few others up that have watchers. These things are fantastic, guys. If you find Octonauts, pick them up. Starbucks Seattle paid $2 to Farmer Mark for this, and it sold for $16.98 plus shipping. This international, this went up to Ontario, Canada. Now, that's going to pop up a little bit. We sold some things Canada this week. I sold some things to Germany, to Australia, to France, to the UK. If you missed our live show about web interpret and international listings, go back and catch that. It's in the Keeping It Real playlist, and those happen on Monday nights. We actually have one coming up tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. Steve-O, you've seen him in the chat. He's going to be here. Not sure where that cut off. We got an Amber Alert come through all of a sudden, and that it takes over your phone. So, yeah, Steve-O is going to be in tonight. You've seen him in the chat. I think it's going to be fun. We need to get him some more subscribers and just get to know him a little bit better. For those of you that don't know him, I think it's going to be a fun chat. So come back 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. But if you missed that here previously, we talked international shipping. If you're not shipping internationally, you're leaving a lot of money on the table, guys. And we're going to talk about it as we go through this list because I had a lot of international sales. This little G.I. Joe piece, it actually goes to that rig back there. I paid $48 for that rig at an estate sale. Eventually, it's going to sell for, I hope, around $150. We're going to make good money on it. But this little piece was in there. Now, it is part of that, but that's missing a lot of the extra pieces to it. It's just the base vehicle, except it had that one piece. Now, adding that one piece to that vehicle doesn't really add that much value because it's still missing all the other pieces. So I parted it out. I sold this separately. Mine was the only one listed. I had waited. I looked. I did comps. There was one other at auction. So I waited until that was over, until I posted mine. You don't want to post yours. If there's only one other one and it's at auction, wait until that's over because somebody was going to lose that auction and they're going to be looking for it. So there's a tip for you, and that's what I did. And it sold really, really quickly for $20.64 for a little piece of plastic, guys, for somebody trying to complete their old G.I. Joe. And now we're going to sell that here, hopefully shortly. I priced it high and aggressively because there are no others out there. So right now, mine is out there, so I priced it high, and I'll take an offer. So we'll see, hopefully that shows up here pretty soon. This Kmart Socket Set, this is a vintage socket set. I know you wouldn't think Kmart necessarily is high quality, but you know what? Back in the day, it was a little bit higher quality. And this is made in Japan stuff, and it's a cool little set. Comes in a tin. I paid, I think it was $3 or $4 for this at a garage sale in Billings when we went there. That's back in our list a little bit on a road trip. We picked this up. I think it was $3. And somebody paid $20.64 plus shipping. This went in a priority padded flat rate envelope. These Edmonds shoes, I posted about these on Instagram. Now, eventually, these would have been $70 or $75 shoes. They actually sold once before overseas, and then the person ended up not paying. So they got relisted. I picked these up for $4 at an estate sale a while back, and I just got tired of looking at them. It hasn't been that long, honestly. I mean, it was this summer, but it's just, they're great shoes. Somebody needs to be buying these things, and they weren't. And so somebody sent an offer of $50, and I thought, you know what? That's good enough. And sometimes good enough has to be good enough, right? I mean, I could have declined, or I could have haggled with them, tried to get it higher, because they probably were $70 shoes plus shipping. And it's just, it was going to take a long time to find that person. So I would rather move them out and lose $15 and clear the space, get some cash flow going, than sit there and screw around when I had a real offer. So $50 plus shipping, these got shipped out, and I am really happy with that. The Swiffer, if you find Swiffer, man, they sell. I've sold every single one I picked up, either the wet or the dry. It's for the little mops. They sell really, really well, and I picked these up for $1, and these sold for $23.27 plus shipping. Now, these do have to go priority because the box itself weighs like 15.5 ounces. But it doesn't actually cost that much more to ship these priority. I think it cost me $8.50 to send these out, so no big deal. And they paid the shipping, so doesn't matter. This Harley t-shirt, I paid $2 for it. This an international order. This going to France. They paid 25 euros for this. The euro is like $1.32, something like that. So we're going to make pretty good money on this. It only cost, I think this one got under the 8 ounces. So it was $10.95 for me to ship this out. This Nirvana t-shirt, I know this fit under the 8 ounces. I only paid $1 for it. It'd been sitting around for a long time. It went to the UK, 20 Great British pounds. These Mbt shoes. They're very heavy shoes. If you see them, they've got like a little Maasai warrior on the side of them. That's their logo. They're kind of like shape-ups, I guess. They're like therapeutic shoes. They have really good value, but they're very long tail, I found. I've picked up a couple and I've sold a couple, but they sit around for a long time. This is another one that I was like, wait, I still have those? I think these were $15, and I got them at a half-off weekend. So, I would have paid $7.50 for them. And somebody offered 50 Great British pounds for them to the UK, and I took it. They're gone. They fit under the 4 pounds. It was like, I think it was 3 pounds or so to send these out. And so we made decent money on that. Lamborghini. Keep an eye out for Lamborghini. This shirt surprised me. I thought it was cool. I picked it up. I did the comps on it, and I was thinking it was like a $20 shirt, right? Apparently, this thing is relatively rare. And just like the car, relatively expensive. I had this listed for like 48 and change, 49, something like that. And a guy sent me a message, said, hey, if I foot the bill, will you ship this overnight? T-shirt overnighted. Yeah, sure. I didn't have any, the padded flat rate for priority mail. There are also essentially padded flat rates for Priority Express. They're blue. I used to have some, and I never had used them. And so I just brought them back to the post office here a couple weeks ago, I think. It wasn't that long ago. And I told them, hey, I don't need them. Can I leave them here? I didn't have a chance to go and see if they had any sitting there because this was in the evening. He said, hey, I really want this by tomorrow. So I said, hey, it's going to be expensive. He said, okay. So when people want something, they're going to pay up. He paid $45. I said, send me an offer. And because this was set, obviously, for, I think I had it set for priority shipping just because it was a more expensive shirt. He said, he asked if this would work if he foot the bill. And I said, yeah, well, send me an offer. I'll accept it. And then that won't force you because I have immediate pay required on most of my stuff. If you accept an offer, then you don't have to pay immediately. So I said, do that. And then I'll send you an invoice for whatever the priority rate is going to be. He said, okay. Turns out he sent me an offer of $45, which is fine. That's fair. I paid $2 for this, by the way. And then turned out it was $38, like $38.05 to ship this thing overnight. He was in, I think, Rhode Island. And he paid it. So I don't know why he needed a Lamborghini shirt off of eBay overnighted to him. But whatever. This is the paddle off of a bread maker. I talked about it on the weekend video. Picked up a bread maker for $5, and I could have sold the whole thing, cleaned it up, made sure it worked, did all the stuff on it. It would have sold for about 40 bucks, thereabouts, plus shipping. I don't want to deal with shipping a whole bread maker. I just didn't, especially not just for 40 bucks. And so I parted it out and I gutted the thing. There's a heating element. That'll sometimes sell. There's actually on a lot of them, there's a little ring on the top, like a sealant ring, a rubber ring. That'll sell. The lid, I took the lid off. The lid will sell. Eventually, it may be something I eventually end up getting rid of, because I paid $5 for the entire bread machine at a garage sale well, 2 weekends ago, and sold this paddle that goes inside for $16.99. Now, free shipping, but we're still in the profit, right? This Star Wars, and stick around because we sold the other part of this thing. This Star Wars animation cell, I paid $5 and change for this. This from the old Droids cartoon from the mid-'80s, and it sold for $24.49 plus shipping. I really love these things. These things are so cool. This Eric Decker, when he was with the Broncos, I think he's now in with the Jets. Is he still with the Jets? I think he is. But it actually sold to somebody in New York. And then when I looked at the address, their last name was Decker. So they're probably getting it for their kid, because this was a kiddo size medium. I paid, I think it was $2. It's $1 or $2 at Goodwill for these now. I forget because they changed the prices on me. But I think it's $2, and it sold for $16.99 plus shipping. And it sold fast. It sold within, I think, 2 days of me listing it. I thought that was going to be a Christmas present type of thing. Sold way faster. I had a couple of those this week. This Pepsi hat, going out to our buddy Keith in Minnesota. I got this half off at the thrift store, at Aaron and Meehan's thrift store. So I'm 50 cents into this, and Keith came in. Thank you so much for the support, man. He has been in our store and buying things for months and months now, and I sure appreciate the support. He collects Pepsi stuff, and he actually commented on a recent video that I passed by an old Pepsi bottle he didn't have. And Keith, I'm sorry, man. I don't know anything about those bottles, but I'm going to keep an eye out from now on. Yeah, Keith paid $17.99 free shipping for this Pepsi hat. So thank you so much for that, man. Route 66. This is an old trucker snapback. We sold a lot of hats this week. Somebody sent me an offer. I think I had it listed for like $12.50, something like that. Somebody sent me an offer of $10. It's been sitting around a long time. $10 free shipping, that's fine. We're $1 in. This Kavu vest. I told you guys when we picked this up that this was a name to watch out for, K-A-V-U. It's not super high end, and the stuff seems to move a little bit slow, but it moves. And so I picked this up for $5 at a garage sale, and it sold. We went back and forth on offers and settled at $18 plus shipping. So that, not a bad turnaround, and it took a couple weeks to sell. This Ozzy Osbourne CD. This pretty valuable. I paid, it was $1.99 at Goodwill. This another one that took a while, but this is one that waits for the right person. And unlike the shoes that take up space, and I wanted to see gone, CDs don't take up any room. So Ozzy could just sit in the media bin and wait for the right buyer to come along. Eventually they did. They paid $33.03 free shipping. That's media mail. Actually, I think I upgraded them on that to first class. It was like 80 cents to upgrade the media mail. A lot of that stuff's getting lost in a black hole right now. So not a bad idea to upgrade your customers if they buy something media mail, if it's, if you can afford it, especially on, a $33 item. I can afford losing 80 cents. Harley jacket, really cool, lightweight Harley jacket. I picked this up from Aaron and Mia's place, $10, and I got $50. That was an accepted offer. Somebody sent, I think I had it listed at right about $60, something like that, and or 55 maybe. And somebody sent me an offer of $50 plus shipping, and we took it. That a really good turnaround, and that was a cool jacket. So I think you guys probably know Harley stuff sells. Here we go again, Octonauts. All of the Octonauts vehicles are a GUP dash, and then there's a letter like Guppy, G-U-P. This is a GUP O. I don't know all of them. I'm learning them because I'm starting to realize that These things are worth a lot of money. People pay up for these things, even used. This thing was used. It had some scuffs on it, some scrapes. I showed those all in the listing. They knew what they were getting on those. And this sold for $34.99 plus shipping. Now, it was posted on Facebook. There's a video about this coming up. I think it might be later this week. We'll see where it fits in the rotation. But somebody posted on Marketplace different collections of toys they were getting rid of, and Octonauts was on there. I didn't even click on I saw the little picture and saw there was a couple vehicles in there, and there was a lot of people. So I didn't even go into it because you got to be fast. So I let them know, and you get the full story later this week, but I let them know, like, hey, I'm going to get that. And it worked. I got in first. So I paid $10 for the entire flat of Octonaut stuff. And this was the first thing that we listed and first thing that we sold. This actually sold within 2 hours of me listing it. These big little books, I picked these up for $5. These old from like the 70s. They're old Disney and Popeye and Sylvester and stuff like that. Really, really cool. Some of them even have a flip book. Like they have the story, but then in the corner, there's a little, it's a flip book of like Bugs Bunny or whatever doing something, and you can flip through and see the motion. Really, really cool. Picked them all up for $5 for the bundle, and they sold for $24.49 plus shipping. The pan, remember I told you I sold the other half of this thing? The bread pan sold for $20.29 plus shipping. Again, we paid $5 for the bread machine, and we parted it out. We could have sold the bread machine for about 40 bucks, and it probably would have taken a while. We sold inside a week the two main components inside of it for right about the same that we'd sell the whole thing for. And those imminently easier to ship. So that's why I like gutting things out. It feels weird a little bit throwing away the rest of the unit, but you realize, you know what? That unit gave its life to save several others around the country. So I think that's okay. This is a Black & Decker toaster oven hood. All this is, guys, literally, it's a sheet of metal. Now, it's got the hardware in it and instructions and everything like that, but it's a sheet of metal. It goes like this and down. That's it. It's got some brackets on the top. What this is you guys know what the toaster oven is. It sits on the counter. This is something that they made. It's the hood. It makes it so you can attach it underneath a countertop or a cabinet. A lot of people, if you guys don't know, they're called space savers. They're space savers. They're old. A lot of times you'll find the can opener is one of the ones that you'll find. Black & Decker makes them a lot of times, but there's some other companies as well that make them. Those are relatively popular, and some of them very expensive, very valuable. I think a lot of people use them in RVs and campers because they don't have counter space, but they have cabinets and they can set stuff underneath them. And so this converts that toaster oven into an under the cabinet thing. And apparently they're relatively rare. I found this at Goodwill. They charged me $1.99 for it. It is new in the box. The hardware was never even taken out of the baggie. Somebody ordered this forever ago and then never used it. They opened it and then never used it. So this sold, guys, for $59.49 plus shipping. It's an infantry rifle. This is a field manual. I bought these from a garage sale. Eventually we're going to get to that one. I think it got missed. So we're going to sneak it into the rotation. We're going to run out of garage sales pretty soon. So this one will sneak into the rotation. I bought an entire crate of old manuals from a National Guardsman. Paid $15 for the whole crate. And this one sold for $24.49. Not bad, right? Now we're in the profit. This Mustang hat, a Ford Mustang, we picked this up last weekend. I think it was $2. It was $2 or $3, I think. Really, really nice hat. And Miss Jane came in. Jane, thank you so much. She is so kind. Thank you so much for coming in and buying this hat, Jane. I'm guessing she saw it on the video. She had commented on the video, and then shortly later, this came through and we looked, and it was her that picked this up. So, Jane, thanks so much. $17.49, free shipping. Garfield. Keith came in again. Keith loves vintage Garfield. This, about 50 cents into this guy. Sold for $9.98. Free shipping. Something else might have fallen in that box, Keith. Thanks so much for coming in and supporting the store, man. This Nike jacket, guys, big sizes can mean big bucks. This is just a basic Nike jacket. It's a nice Nike jacket, but it's just a basic zip-up jacket, except for the fact that it's size 5X. 5X, guys. It is big. And those are hard to find. And those are very expensive in the stores. Sometimes you have to special order them in stores, which means the secondary market, that's where people come. Secondary market means eBay. I picked this up for $10 from Aaron and Mia's place, and it sold for $66.49 plus priority shipping. Nice turnaround, right? This baby doll, I paid 50 cents for this a couple weeks ago, and interesting, somebody in Australia was kind of lowballing me on this. I declined them initially. They came back. They sent me another offer that was a little more realistic. So I sent them one that I felt more comfortable with because I was going to have to pay international shipping, right? And then before that person in Australia could buy it, somebody else in Australia came around and bought it full price. Apparently, these are big in Australia. Who knew? $51.92, I think, Australian dollars. The Australian dollar about 72 cents. So we still make pretty good money considering we only paid 50 cents for this, and I got it I got it at 15.9 ounces. So just under, which means we could send it out at $15.95 shipping. So when I give these international sales, that's including, essentially it's free shipping. They pay for the shipping when they pay for the items. So we still make pretty good money considering we were 50 cents in on this thing. This first aid manual, another field manual, again, $15 for that whole crate, and this sold for $21 plus international shipping. This one went to Canada. If you're not listing internationally, even if you're only selling through global shipping, I wouldn't have got these sales through the global shipping program. Just wouldn't have. They charge a lot more. They charge import fees that aren't necessarily due. If I ship it this way, they're not going to. That guy in Canada, as far as I understand, he's probably not going to have to pay any dues, any fees when this shows up. If he were to have bought it through global shipping, he would have, and they would have been pretty high. In Europe, many countries in Europe, from what I gathered from speaking with somebody at Web Interpret, and you may have seen it on the show, there's a cutoff, 120 euros. If it's under that, they won't charge you any import fees. Global shipping charges people the import fee for that. So you're never going to sell T-shirts and just basic books and stuff like that through the global shipping program. It's not worth it. You're going to sell the higher dollar stuff, but you're not going to sell these daily things. And when you switch over and you sell direct internationally, you make a lot more money, guys. You really, really do. I'm not done with my international sales. This Peoria Javelinas, this is a fall league, fall baseball league. I had no idea when I picked it up. I just thought, you know what? It is vintage. It's an old New Era hat. Really cool logo, really cool look. Let me pick it up. There was one listed like this on eBay. One. Best I can tell, it comes from the early to mid 80s, based on the tag, the New Era tag. Really cool look, and there was only one listed, but it was a fitted hat, and it was smaller, and it had 10 watchers. So I listed mine a little bit higher than his because mine was a snapback, and somebody sent me within, 4 hours, because we picked this up on Saturday for 50 cents. Within about 4 hours, somebody sent me an offer. I think I had mine listed at like $32, something like that, because his was 26 or 28. I got an offer of 27 plus shipping. Could have maybe haggled him up a buck or two, but why? I paid 50 cents. So that went out the door for $27 off a 50-cent buy. Scrabble, I paid $4 for this, again to Australia. 72.31 Australian dollars. That's like 55 bucks, something like that. This a little bit heavier. We don't make quite as much, but it's interesting. I thought this would go for Christmas. I picked this up thinking this is a fourth quarter purchase because the sell-through was not there in the States, guys. There was one sold and like 16 or 18 listed. I can't remember the number. There was a lot listed and one sold. But I still picked it up because I thought, you know what, around Christmas, it's new, sealed. Somebody might buy this for a Christmas present. That's why I picked it up. I thought that's where it would go, even though it had a low sell-through. Apparently, folks can't get it in Australia because he paid the equivalent of about 55 bucks to get this over to Australia. So you sell internationally, sometimes that sell-through, you're going to sell stuff that would move a lot slower here in the States. This thing, again, we we sent somebody to Canada, Rock Band 4, and this sold in about 4 hours, something like that. I picked this up on Saturday as well. It was marked at 10. I offered 5, and she took it. And I knew it was a $30 to $35 game. If you find Rock Band 4 for the PS4, pick it up, guys. It sells every time. I mean, the sell-through is perfect. It's going to sell. I said that when I was recapping the weekend. This is going to be gone before you see this video. Sure enough. So Rock Band 4 paid $5. It went for $31.49 plus international shipping. This one also going to Canada. Okay, now this is the one in the card, guys. We paid about a quarter for this guy, this Bullwinkle, and I listed him at $9.98. There were a fair number of other Bullwinkles like this or similar to this, so I thought, you know what, let's just list him cheap. We'll make a couple bucks. It's a store filler. And it sold overnight on the day I listed it. This came into our possession on Saturday. But there was the message with it. You guys know usually the drop shippers, right? Drop shipper, if you're new to eBay, drop shipping is essentially when they buy it from you and they use your pictures sometimes even, your listing, sell it to somebody else for usually just slightly higher than what they paid you for it. So they might pay, this was $9.98. They might have charged somebody $12 for this. Paid me $9.98. They got $2 at the end, right? They don't have any inventory. It's not recommended. I wouldn't recommend doing this. eBay doesn't like it. It's as far as I'm concerned, a bad business model. I know people make money at it. I wouldn't do it. But usually when somebody drop ships you, and I don't mind selling to them, I mean, whatever, their money's good. Usually you get the email of, or the message of, this is a gift for a friend. Please don't include any eBay branded tape or boxes or anything like that. Please don't include an invoice, because they don't want people to know what they're doing, right? And that they paid less for it. It's usually a dead giveaway. And I got this message. Here's the message saying, you know what? Please don't include any pricing information. This is a gift. Did somebody drop ship Bullwinkle? I mean, I feel like they didn't, because this is a weird item to drop ship. What are you guys saying? I don't know. I tend to usually be fairly cynical, but I still tend to kind of actually trust that this was a legitimate gift. Moving on. These Adidas. Now, these aren't actually even paid for yet when I'm filming this, but I think they're going to be, because I've traded a couple messages with this person. I paid $5 for these wrestling shoes. Also, these came from Billings. And I had these up right around 30. He sent me an offer for $25 and said, would you take that? I said yes. And then he sent me a message and said, hey, to cut down on shipping, is it okay if you send these without a box? And I thought he meant the original box. I said, hey, these don't come with the box. It's just the shoes. And he said, no, that's okay. And I understand for just getting good feedback and for appearances and being professional, everything, it's good to package shoes in a box. And I'm okay with putting them in a poly mailer. This is somebody that understands how the system works, right? So I'm relatively sure that he's going to pay. So I said, yeah, I can do that. Now, I sent him back a message. I sent the invoice, because what I said is, you know what? We'll accept the offer, and then I can send an invoice, and you don't have to pay right away. And I'll let you know what the shipping's going to be, because I have them set for priority. And so without putting them in a box, they still are just over £1. So they're not going to be able to go first class. He was hoping first class. So I told him, you know what? I can put them in a poly mailer or in a padded flat rate mailer. And so that's what I did. They're sitting there waiting. I invoiced him for the $8.40. And we'll see. I think he's going to pay. We'll see. I'll let you know on Wednesday if that guy actually comes through and pays for that. These Levi's, they've been sitting around for a while. I think I'm $1 into them, and somebody paid $15.39 plus international shipping to Germany. These sat around for a long time, guys. $15 for a pair of jeans here in the States. Nobody wanted them. Somebody in Germany did. International shipping, guys. I'm telling you. This dragon pendant, I paid 50 cents for this last summer. I think it was listed at about $15. Somebody sent me an offer of 10. let's get it out. $10 free shipping. It's gone. This Johnny hand warmer, I got this past week as well. $2 at Aaron Shop. These sell all the time, guys. These are a bread and butter, meat and potatoes bolo, if you can find these. Some of them sell for higher dollar if you can find them in good shape. They come with little drawstring bags, like think Crown Royal, like that type of bag. You can find them with bags. Sometimes you can find them with the box. I've sold them I've sold 2 before. Both of those had the boxes. They sold relatively fast. This one, even without a bag, without a box, it still sold fast. $9.98 plus shipping on this. So not a high dollar, but the sell-through is really, really good for this for the Johnny hand warmer. And there's different styles. This was a big one. Different styles, different designs, but for whatever reason, they're pretty collectible. Now, we sold 2 other hats. I don't have the information written down, but we sold this Ping hat. These came through as I was packing stuff. So this Ping hat, we picked this up for $1, and it sold for like 16 something. I think it's over there. And then this other hat that I think I am a quarter into from a garage sale earlier this summer. This is an old trucker snapback. It's a construction company out of Louisiana. I just like the look, and so I picked it up. Somebody sent me an offer. I was looking down like I had the information. Somebody sent me a lower offer, and then I countered them, I think $11. This one, again, free shipping, and they took it. Now, this one, they also attached a message and said, hey, please don't send it to me. Send it to my son. I know I trust this one because the last name was the same. They were in Louisiana. That's where this construction company's from. And the address was same last name, different first name in Denver. So that makes sense, right? Connect the dots. They're buying something from Louisiana, sending it to the son that's probably from Louisiana, now in Denver. That one makes sense, but Bullwinkle? I don't know. This is now past 30 minutes for a What Sold, guys, and so if you stuck around this long, God bless you. Thank you. I know that got long, but some of you guys have told me you don't mind longer videos, so I thought, you know what, let's just let it roll. I appreciate you stopping by, guys. Come back tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to have a live show. I'll be here. Steve O's going to be here. I hope you're going to be here. We'll see you.